Alright everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Blueprints. We are officially jumping back into our main save here on day 29. Wait, is that going to be day 30? Yeah, this should start day 30 when... Oh, crap. I dropped my stuff on my desk. Anyways, this is what we're jumping back into. Day 30 with our 58-hour save. Holy cow. I have to do the YouTube voice. Day 30. Alright. Tylonius Knight, you've been watching me through the Blueprints episodes while working the last week. You're glad to finally catch a live vid or live stream. Thank you, Tylonius. I'm glad that you've been enjoying the series, and now you can come hang out with all of us, because while it may be fun to hang out with me during the live stream or catch a live stream, my audience is cool as shit, and they all have cool things to say and talk about all the time, so it's a really fun place to be. Alright. We still have Blessing of the General for 2 more days. So we've got 2 more days, 2 more runs guaranteed before we even touch the shrine again. If you draft a red room, if you have at least 5... Wait, after you draft a red room, if you have at least 5 different ranks containing red rooms, gain 5 gems. Okay. Alright. I can remember this. I'm not going to, but I can. Let's go outside and go over to our, shed. Our magical shed. Okay. We have a shelter, a root cellar, and a trading post. Trading post? Nah. Root cellar could be interesting. Yeah, I'm with you, Matthew. I don't really like Blessing of the General so far. I do like Shelter, though. Shelter actually pairs pretty well with Blessing of the General. It's just a little odd because I don't really know what we're going to do today. Yes, that was a slight reference at Phineas and Ferb, in case you were wondering. I'll take the Shelter. I'll take the Shelter, and I'll run an experiment right now. How about that? We take the Shelter... And let's run down here. The safe is open? Okay, that's cool. I'm so glad that this one stays open. Oh, God, that's so helpful. It was such a pain to have to wait for the time lock safe again. There's 104 days of summer vacation, and school comes along just to end it. And our annual problem of our generation is finding a good way to spend it. Oh, I actually know the whole song, don't I? And he says, maybe building a rocket. Okay, I don't know anything after that. I know parts of it after that. Swanson G. Let's get our password in. Dude, I'm getting popular. I have received, since starting the official release of Blueprints, I have received 3 comments on my videos from different YouTubers who have over 1 million subscribers that are watching my content. And I never mentioned it before, but that makes me feel, appreciated. It's cool to know that there are people out there who have millions of subscribers in their own channel, and they're still out here, somehow found me and still get to watch my stuff and comment and say, hey, I enjoy what you did. It's just kind of cool, kind of fun. Anastasia, you have another... Is it Anastasia? There's 2 of you now. Laboratory. Yes. Remember us when you're famous? I will remember. There's a reason I go through everybody's usernames and pronunciations. Trust me. You guys have been here from the start. I know Kamakiku doesn't use chat very often, but Kamakiku's my OG donator that has gifted well over 100 memberships at this point. I'm quite confident. Experiment setup. I'm getting a little sidetracked here. Continue with experiment. Another clue we missed in a new clue? Maybe. Okay, each time you unlock or bypass a security door, add 3 aquariums, lose 10 steps, or unseal one of the antechamber doors. Each time you draft a tomorrow room is pretty good. You're scarier in numbers. I'm glad that you got to make it for the live stream as well, Sarah. The first time you enter each room on the 9th rank. Unseal one of the antechamber doors. Okay, let's pause for a moment. Actually, I'm going to pause the YouTube video here for a second. We've made a slight decision that we have a few things to look at, but today a big one might be sigils. That might be what I'm looking for. So let's start with, I guess, just unseal. We don't need gold, and 3 aquariums to today's draft pool is going to be. That's just too much. I don't think we need anything from our aquariums. Let's just unseal one of the antechamber doors. It's a pretty simple one. It's not a crazy one. It's an easy one to do. Let's see. We could dip from here. Let's head back up. 3 aquariums plus sleep mask? Yeah, that would be a lot. Okay, is there anything we need to do outside of the house first? We are protected from red rooms. We do have Blessing of the General. We have 44 stars, so getting some more stars would be nice. I don't know why I clicked on that. Corridor is always unlocked. That's fine. I guess we'll take a breakfast nook to start with, because it gives us bacon and eggs. Oh, that's right, the rest of the castle puzzle. Okay, someone mentioned the castle puzzle and I said we solved it. I was wrong. I understand what you were talking about now. That's right, we do need to work towards getting the Southern Cross as a constellation. I forgot about that one. I think I'm okay with adding... No, I actually don't want to add a morning room to today's draft. You know what? I do. I do want to take it, but we don't have to draft it yet. We don't have to worry about that just yet. The cloister! It's such a waste of a cloister. However, experiment 1 complete. An antechamber door has been unsealed. Interesting. It doesn't tell you which one. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Now, we don't really need to... We just need to remember we have the banner of the king to choose from. Mystery door, mystery door. Well... I don't want to take the morning room. I really don't want to draft it, because tomorrow we're going to start with gems. Well, technically it's fine, because you just have to spend all your gems by 1:30. So it's okay to take, now that I think about it. We will take a hallway first, though. 2 experiments done. We got another conservatory. Oh, it is a tomorrow room. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's true. We won't have any gems. Did we need the library for anything? I'll save the library for a better chance at drafting a rare room. Let's take our conservatory here. What kind of rooms did we get to adjust? The drafting studio. This can remain rare. I think we only have 2 rooms left in it to get, which is nothing I'm too worried about. The showroom, I'm not really worried about. Dang it, I keep leaving the whole thing. The showroom is a rare room. How are we getting rid of our money easily and precisely? Nature, we just don't pick them up. It's an allowance. That's all we have to do. We just don't take the allowance and we're safe. The drafting studio costs 2 gems. And it's a rare. I'm okay with not changing that one, because I really don't think there's that much more value to the room when we only have 2 rooms left to get. Yeah, the vegetable and the solarium. That's all we've got left. The showroom? I would make showroom standard, I think. I think I'm going to make it standard. I feel like common is, well, we start with a lot of money every run. Maybe we should make it common. Yeah, we should make it common. That makes sense, actually. And the den can remain common. It's a good room to have. Okay. Nothing else going on in here. A courtyard, but we have no keys. Or no keys, we have no gems. We need to get some gems. Let's take a parlor. Alright, let's see what kind of parlor puzzle we got going for us today, folks. What kind of logic will defeat me today? The gems are in the black box. Good. Oh my god. I thought that was in-game. I live near some nice nature, and there was a hawk that just screeched as soon as I read this, and then another hawk, I guess, was hunting with it and screeched at the same time. And it sounded like freedom incarnate, but I was like, did they add eagle screeches to the game? Or like hawk hunting screeches? Oh, I can hear them. They're going right now. They are screaming up in the sky. My skylight's open, so... Alright, every statement with the word black is false, and then the gems are in the blue box. Okay. Alright, so let's go with it this way. Alright, the gems are in the black box. You could be true or false. Every statement with the word black is false. You could be a true or false statement, and then the gems are in the blue box. You could all be true or false. Now, let's see if any of these cancel out the others if they're true. Like, if this says the gems are in the blue box, that means you would be true. And that means you could be true or false, or you could be true or false. So, if the gems are in the blue box, and this is true, then the gems are in the black box. That would make this false. And then every statement with the word black is false. That would also be... that would make it true. So it would be true, true, and false. Every statement with the word black is false. That's a true one. This could be true. The gems are in the blue box, and then the gems are in the black box, which is false. So the gems could be in here. Yeah. So, alright, here's the thing, right? I see a couple people saying that the white box has to be false, right? The reason that's not the case is we've learned in the past that when it says anything containing the word or whatever, it doesn't count the one on the box itself that's being used. Now, if you're true, the gems are in the black box, then you could be false, and you could be false. Shit, maybe it does count it this time. I kind of hate this. It does count it? But, like, the last three that we messed up didn't count that the word was in it. Okay, so in that case, then this is a false one, which makes... Hold on. Every statement with the word black is false. The gems are in the black box, so that would be false, which would make this one true. So the gems should be in here, right? Oh, was the word in between brackets? I don't know. Honestly, I'm just a little annoyed by this one. Okay, so if this is true... Oh, because we said this had to be false. My bad. We just agreed. I agreed with you guys and then said it wrong out loud. Yeah, my bad, my bad. Every statement with the word black is false. We said this is a false statement. Which means this would be true. Wait. Yeah, my bad, my bad. Yeah. And if this isn't true, then I don't know what's going on. Then I just have no idea. Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry about that one. That one, we literally solved it. We said this one was false, which would force this one to be true, which means this one would have to be false by deduction. Sorry about that. Not quality plays coming from me. Honestly, give me the bedroom here. I did shut my brain off for that one. 2 coins? Give me my shekels. A workshop. Or a hallway. Nah, give me the workshop. We do need a burning glass, right? What's in here? The lever. Damn it. It's like the least helpful one. I guess as I'm in here, I should draft this room. Use a key, please. Give me like the cloister here. Okay. Huh. Well, the chapel is okay right here. I need person rabbit foot. Alright, hold on. Passageway. It does use up both of my gems, but it's a really good draft. We'll take the chapel and we'll turn around. How about that? And we also should aim to draft more of our hallways sooner rather than later, so that way we can get our experiment fully triggered. And it would be nice to get a computer or a security room so we could access our terminal from outside. Okay, quest bedroom, not a bad spot for it. Commissary. This helps me get my items early on that we need to craft. We need to get a burning glass. Damn. Shovel and a salt shaker. I'll buy a key too. Why not? Can't hurt to have a key. Alright. An observatory would be cool here for the extra star. The library is also cool. We're going to take the observatory instead. Is there a Southern Cross in here? Is that the Southern Cross? I don't remember. That's Farmer's Apple. That's Clavis the Key. This is the Twins. This is Diamondus Major. Is this the Southern Cross? Ah, shit. Quick, let's go see what time it is. I can get rid of 11 gems, right? Right? Okay, hold on. Oh no, I'd have to get rid of these too. We still have time. I don't have the room? What do you mean I don't have the room? Get the hallway here. Eight minutes per 1 hour in game? Okay. Here's my coat check with my dowsing rod. I have the lost and found. If I draft it, we'd be lucky, but it would be cool if we got it. We did have a book checked out. Okay, here's the thing. We'll come back to this book. I'm clicking through it right now. Look, I'll click through it right now and get my screenshots, because we're on a bit of a time crunch, in case we can get to use our Southern Cross today. I'm just screenshotting everything, don't worry. We'll come back. We'll come back and read that another time. There's the trophy room. This is kind of what I was hoping for, actually. I'm not going to lie. The casino could be cool for gambling, but I kind of wanted the trophy room to get rid of my gems. And we're not going to pick up the other gems. I really didn't need to walk in here. Anyone that asked, by the way, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trophies. Is it only the cross active? I can't have any other constellations active? Maybe we shouldn't try to do it today, then. Because what are the odds that we happen to get the lost and found and lose all our items all by 1:30? I don't know. Let's push for it. Let's make today a speed run close day. Let's try it. You can have others active? Okay, that's good to know. Alright, boiler room. Come on. Get situated. What do we need to do to get you fixed? Huh? You can have others active? Okay, that's good to know. Not a great spot for any of this. I'll take the kitchen. Spend our money on some bacon and eggs and club sandwich and some bananas. Spend it all, spend it all. Okay, we're down to 13. Okay. We're pushing for it. We really are. We have 108 steps. Goodness gracious. So many steps. A lost and found would be pretty sweet. Honestly, give me a dining room. We'll save the courtyard for a better spot. These are all still locked because we haven't run into another computer yet. Dang it. Yeah, we do have the chapel as well, and we have the steps for it. Okay, another computer. We're protected from the gymnasium, and it's a good draft up, but we don't need it. We do need the laboratory, though, to get to a computer. I should use my keys before we unlock all the doors, but we do have 2 keys. We do have 2 chests in the front hall as well. So that is something to consider. The attic. Okay, well. This gets rid of all of our gyms. But the Great Hall is just a better room. Overall. Kinda hate that. Let's take the attic. We're down to no gym. Wait, does the Lost and Found... Ooh, look what we got. Does the Lost and Found, cost a gym? Does anyone know? So many items today. Yeah, we're just gonna go for the tunnel instead. I'm not gonna try to rush down the Southern Cross and get all that done. It's just not happening. We have a new goal to return to. Experiment setup. Oh, that's fine. Let's log into the network. Packet management. Do we have new packets to download? Hold on. Let's see. Remote terminal access. View active terminals. Let's go to our shelter terminal. Don't what, Alexis? Right. All doors have become unlocked. What about the secret garden key? Oh, I see what you're saying, but we don't need the secret garden for today. We literally unlocked all of the doors already. Check the directory. Good idea. Found floor plans. Oh, doesn't cost anything. It's just unusual. But we're gonna swap things around here, okay? We're gonna stop trying to put I mean, like, it just seems like a lot. We could still try to play around it. Let's go see if we can get it, because if we can, then we'll do it. Anyone able to calculate what time it is yet? Anybody see a clock in any of these rooms? It would be great to have a single gym for that. I also need to craft or draft another red room before we get the whatchamacallit room. Otherwise, we're screwed. Drafting studio. That's kind of funny. Another antechamber door has been unsealed. That was the shoes, yes. But I'm just waiting in case we happen to get a lost and found. Because then I can do my lost and found thing and pick up the items afterwards. The gift shop. Sure, why not? Can we buy anything in here? No. We can't. Coat check, huh? Alright, well, I guess that's not a bad spot for the coat check. I'm going to be streaming for a little while. Damn. Spare green room and a mechanarium. I guess we just take the mechanarium here. Did we get the door going up? We did. I do not know how long I'm going to stream for. I'm just curious. That's just going to close it, right? It does close it, okay. I wasn't sure. I figured it would, since we've just been unsealing the doors nonstop. Lost and found anywhere? Anyone? Anybody? More coins. Don't need those. Also, I still don't know where another clock is. I'm sure there was one that I've already passed at this point. It's got to be past 1:30 at this point. There's no way it's not. Hold on. Basement key. Let's open this bad boy up. What time is it? Oh, we're doing good. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. I have a key? Well, I got these items too. We're still trying to get our lost and found. If we get it, then it works, and I'm happy. Lost and found would be really cool. Interesting spot for a security room, but we can't do it. Hey, funny spot for a quest bedroom. I guess we should take it. Check the sculpture, please. Yes, we can go back. Wait. Am I going to get +2 to my... It does spawn it right there in front of us. Interesting. Yeah. Can't you remove red rooms from the pool to increase the chance of lost and found? You know what, though? I could choose to draft more red rooms and get the lost and found. Thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. The key in our inventory? Oh, we have chest in the front of the house. Don't worry about that. If anyone's curious about that, we got the twins. There's 2 trunks in the entrance hall. Okay, so let's come over here. And I guess we should start trying to draft more red rooms. I'm going to take Banner of the King. Plus the crown to remove the unwanted rooms. Good point. We should take the crown. My plan to dump coins? That's a good one. I don't know how we're going to do that one just yet. I think we could spend another 10 in the commissary for another key. In fact, there's 2 keys in the commissary for sale. And we also have the chapel. Got the dark room. And the furnace. I guess we should take the dark room? We should take the dark room. Right? Oh, the chapel was sheltered? Oh, yeah, that's right. Should we take the dark room or re-roll here? I don't know. I feel like we could just... Re-roll seems like a better option. I want to take the dark room, but then I can't see what red room I'm drafting. I'm going to re-roll. We got the archives. Ugh. Alright. Well, I did not activate the cross yet. Lavatory. Reroll and remove. This just goes up. The patio goes up, so we're spending 1 gem on it. We did get the closed exhibit in a spot that we can actually see the back of it, so I will draft it. Hopefully we're not running out of time here. We have so many steps to continue doing this. Lost and found. We could do it, almost. We can almost do it. Okay, so here's what we got to do now. Okay. We got to think for a second. We need to spend... 7 coins would be very helpful because we could take us to 0. We have a trunk in the front of the entrance hall, and we have a gem we need to spend. We can get rid of all of our items perfectly fine. I'm not going to go in just yet. There's no need to. It would be better to continue on first. Morning room goes down. It does give me 2 gems, though, so I really don't want to take it. Genuinely. I feel... Ooh. We can still draft from the chapel. We're safe for that. Let's see what this room is. Boudoir. Rough. It's not helpful. We gotta go back to the chapel now. Thank goodness we have all these extra steps. Oh yeah, I definitely don't have to pick them up. It's +2 for tomorrow. We can eat our pizza on the way back. There's gyms over here. I should have picked up the Boudoir dice, shouldn't I? And reroll to try to get a 1-cost gym room? I don't know. Oh, this is so tough. If we don't get anything that costs 1 gem outside the chapel, we can't complete this challenge. Should I pick up should I pick up a single gem? Hold on. Shit, we gotta find a clock real quick. Should I pick up a single gem and then try to get something for 2 gems instead of getting a 1 gem cost room? That seems smarter. And should I go to the... No, I shouldn't take the reroll dice. Should I take 1 of the reroll dice? I'll take 1 gem. We still need to get more coins as well. I need to get... How many more coins do I need to get? I need to get 7 more coins if we had them. Okay, let's go back. Let's go over to the chapel. All the way back over here. Goodness gracious. We can make this work. We can do this. It's cutting it close, but we can do it. I don't even want to look at that right now. Oh, none of these cost gems. No. Or wait, could this cost gems and just not tell me? Or do archive floor plans work that way? Yeah, we have to reroll, right? It's our last chance. We reroll and try to get a 2-cost gem room. Archives do tell you if they cost gems. Okay. Damn it! If we hadn't picked up the other gem. Oh well. It was worth a shot. We gave it our best. Okay, well, now that we know that it's impossible to get back down there and spend the rest of our stuff, what else can we do? We have a whole lot of things to do. We can't draft any more rooms. Okay. We do not have a metal detector anywhere in the house. So we can't make the burning glass. Yeah, I can work on the closed exhibit. That's what we're going to go back for first. We do not have the materials. Okay, so what can we do? We can mess with the closed exhibit. Let's go see what that's about. That's our next task. We might as well pick up items now. Let's come back over here. Let's see, what does the closed exhibit even say? Exhibit security system. Reveal tripwire, lower barrier, or reset alarm system. The barrier has been lowered. The trip... Oh my god. Oh, it's 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to get in there before the alarms come back. Okay. Interesting. Well, now we know there's tripwires all over the place. And now we know that it's a 10-second timer from wherever you're standing to get there. I guess you hit the 10-second timer and then run around to the other side. So you would need a connecting room right next to it. We definitely can't make it, but I am going to go trigger the alarms. We're definitely doing that today. Because it's just going to be fun. Okay, what else can we do? We did get, one of our goals for today was figure out what's going on with the closed exhibit. So I'm okay with this. This still went in our favor. Plus it's another day of Blessing of the General can be tossed. And it was funny because we ended up drafting another red room and getting... Did we end up trigger? Oh no, we didn't end up triggering that. That's good. Okay, so what do we have left? We do have just a bunch of items that we can pick up, and then there's really nothing else to do for the day except go look at sigils and do some discussion about that. So maybe that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and work our way back around. We do have a shovel. There's no way for us to get the metal detector. Don't worry, Emperor. You have to walk 19 rooms in 10 seconds? We could do it. We could do it, no questions asked. Alright. I do want to see what happens, though, if you trigger the alarms. It's going to be pretty funny. I can imagine, or I hope. Well, no metal detector today really stinks, because we could have gotten the burning glass, which would have been nice. We're also 1 coin off, but I was going to come in here and purchase... See, we would have been able to get rid of our money if we had 1 more coin. It was going to be a tough ask, though. It was going to be a tough one. Oh, that's a good point. We gotta go read the book. Where is our library at? The 19 Dead End Challenge? Oh, yeah. Kind of forgot about that one. All right, let's go read our library book and see what's going on with this. Okay, let's take a peek. Drafting Strategy Volume 4. Oh, yeah, that's right. We need 20. Okay. Tools of the Trade. Taking issue with inventory. In the world of drafting, the tools an architect wields are crucial in shaping their vision and bringing their designs to life. The precision, elegance, and functionality of these instruments can have a profound effect on the drafting process and the final outcome of your project. That's why it's very important to choose the right tools to complete your drafting techniques. In this issue of Drafting Strategy, we will dive into the vast realm of inventory, bringing to light the many hidden tools of the trade that can enhance your favorite strategies and elevate your architectural ambitions to unprecedented heights. From classic compasses and T-squares to state-of-the-art software upgrades, the variety of drafting tools available to architects today is staggering. As we navigate this diverse landscape, regardless of whether you are a seasoned professional seeking to refine your toolkit or a budding draftsman searching for a basic set of instruments, the following articles will provide invaluable insights and guidance for architects of all levels. The Guiding Compass, an introduction to drafting items. Gems. You can't have a conversation about drafting items without starting with gems. These valuable stones allow architects to draft special floor plans. The Stopwatch. A more short-term, very short-term, alternative to paying gem costs is utilizing a stopwatch to bypass any gem cost you encounter during a frantic 1-minute drafting dash. The Emerald Bracelet. Of course, if you are wealthy enough to be able to afford to purchase it from the showroom, this very high-end luxury item removes the gem cost of special floor plans altogether. Repellent Spray. But why remove gem cost when you can just remove the whole room? Repellent spray can free you of that annoying floor plan for up to a week. Oh, that's kind of cool. We've never seen repellent spray. Ivory Dice. Dice are a resource that allow you to re-roll for new floor plans while drafting. The Breast Compass is a useful drafting tool that adjusts the orientation of floor plans. If a room has another exit, it will have a high chance to lead north. The Silver Key. The orientation of floor plans matters a lot less when rooms have tons of doors. Silver Key all but guarantees that your draft will result in a room with enough doors to ensure they lead where you want them to go. The Gear Wrench. The first item that can adjust the rarity of the floor plans in the draft pool. Although it only works on mechanical rooms, it's a useful tool for customizing your experience. The Ornate Compass. Another luxury item from the showroom, and likely the most useful tool on this list. The Ornate Compass allows you to rotate floor plans as you draft them, allowing you to position doors to your advantage. Glue, Grease, and Guts workshop contraptions. Crafted from the depths of resourcefulness and innovation, contraptions are makeshift creations born from the fusion of two or more distinct tools. Through soldering, taping, and a liberal amount of hot glue, or soldering, not soldering, soldering, inventors can use the workbench found in the workshop to bring together disparate elements to forge something far greater than the sum of its parts. Blind experimentation is often the most rewarding avenue for true investors, but for those crafters who need a bit of inspiration or guidance, we have included a list of common contraption components to kickstart your creative journey. The battery pack is used in 3 different contraptions. The shovel, metal detector are also used in 3. The broken lever is used in 2. The compass is used in 2. Our sledgehammer, lockpick, coin purse, and magnifying glass are only in 1. And then there's a question mark item that we don't know about. Alright, it's about time for an upgrade, the Guide to Upgrade Disk. Perhaps the most exciting item an architect can come across is an upgrade disk. Excuse me. This floppy data disk houses a wellspring of unique architectural plans designed explicitly for a specific room. By inserting the disk into a computer terminal, architects gain the ability to shape the destiny of a room guided by the enticing designs contained on the disk. This myriad of options not only allows architects to craft floor plans that align with their preferred strategies, but also enables them to adapt their creations to evolving project requirements. Furthermore, the upgrade disk array of plans ensures that no two architects will follow the same path, fostering a landscape of diverse architectural designs. Here's some examples of them. Our storeroom, which we've already upgraded, our courtyard, which, by God, the courtyard is so good. The nook, the breakfast nook, and the reading nook. Tooltips. Stringing together adjoining hallways has always been the most straightforward. Oh, and yes, there are only 16. Or I'm sorry, they're not a total of 16. We have 16 so far. I don't know what the limit is. Stringing together adjoining hallways has always been the most straightforward strategy when using a hall pass. Excuse me. Drafting floor plans like the tunnel and secret passage are an easy way to set up longer chains of hallways. You can adjust the settings in the terminal located in security to make security doors more or less common. If you have found a keycard, it is worth changing these settings to high, and if you haven't, you may want to set them to low. For the endeavoring gardener, a watering can is a fundamental tool. But did you know you can refill this item with water? All you need to do is find a faucet with running water. Kitchen sink. Most green rooms can only be drafted along the edges of your house, and the secret garden is no exception. You can use this key on any locked door leading to one of these room positions. If you have come across any fancy ruby socketed candlesticks, you may want to take note in case you can find an item that can produce a flame. These specific candlesticks contain mechanical triggers that are tripped when the candle is lit. Word from the editor. Tools are cool, but they are only as good as the architect who harnesses their capabilities. As you finish reading this issue of Drafting Strategy, I want you to open up your menu and look at your inventory. Take a moment to look at each item and contemplate the true potential they all hold. The same potential you see there is the same potential that resides within yourself. For it is not the tools themselves that will sculpt the grand structures and monuments of tomorrow, but the deft hands and brilliant minds of architects like you. Beautiful. I feel smarter already. They've complimented me. That was some cool reading. And we do have screenshots of all of it now. "16 upgrades means only 16 rooms have upgrades?" No, we have 16 upgrades, right? We've been issued 16. We found 16 discs so far. If that's what I'm thinking of. We've had 14. Okay, so it is 16 total. I understand, Phoenix. I will also want to avoid the spoilers. But I'm glad that we had you here for when we did. Okay. Whew. That was a lot. I need to drink some water. Oh, forced perspective. Holy cow. Okay. What do we want to do? Hello, Noah. Okay. Let's take a look at what's left to do for the day. I would like to trigger the alarms on the closed exhibit. We can grab our stuff from the attic even though it's not necessary. We don't need to go down for anything. And well, we did say we could go look at some sigils. We do have a shovel. And we've already unlocked both of the drawers in the archives. Because we got the one from the laundry room and the one from the patio. Crown is kind of nice, honestly. Dowsing rod's pretty cool, but yeah, we could continuously get the crown. But also, like, what do we need the dowsing rod for at this point? I mean, genuinely, it's helpful, but even without even trying today, we still got 5 items without the dowsing rod. And we weren't even, like, trying to go for items. I do like the idea of the crown protecting us from some of these red rooms, like getting the archives and tossing it out for a gym or something like that. I don't know. But I think maybe we'll just leave the dowsing rod for now. Maybe another time we'll make that decision. But there are items I would like to run through the house and get. Yeah, I'm going to do another run after this. Oops, I shouldn't have gone back in here. Yeah, I am going to go see what's in the Lost and Found, actually. I need to go... Where do I need to go? I need to go back up. Kitchen, conference. Conference room had gyms in it. Oh, Wet Sink Bandits Unite. There are the shoes in the gym as well. Do have pizza dinner. Sleepy and on a bad mood. 21 steps because we put salt on our pizza? Like a fucking weirdo. I don't know who's doing that. Oh, hang on, guys. Let me salt my pizza real quick. Just odd. Just weird shit. We need to go back to the attic for fun. As we'll dig these up while we're here. Just for fun. A key! A key, a key! Pretzel crust pizza exist? Okay, that's fair. But also, like, why? Like, if I wanted to eat a pretzel, I wouldn't want it to taste like pizza. I would want it to taste like a pretzel. You know what I mean? Is that all of my items? Oh, there's a treasure map. Hey, we can actually go up there and dig up our treasure inside the guest bedroom. Just for the heck of it, I suppose, and literally no other reason. As if pineapples weren't bad enough. What happens if I trigger the alarm? Is it just gonna, like, kill me? You know? Like, what's gonna happen to me? Seems kind of spooky. Let's go dig up our treasure real quick. Time to start digging. We're tearing up the bedroom floor. I still feel like I need to get the treasury room or whatever it was and dig up something in there. Yay, more gems. It contains 8 gems. What else do we have? We do have a lot of items. We could try to craft with them. Nah, let's just go to the Lost and Found and see what's over there. No, I've never gotten anything crazy special from the treasure map. Like, nothing that's really stood out. A coin. Love to see it. We lost the secret garden key. Interesting. And we don't lose steps. I didn't remember that that was part of it. No. You bastard. I triggered it. Okay, fair enough. Do we need to go anywhere else? Just dug up a trophy room without the trophies. I guess it saves us steps if we run back to this part of the house. Where is my room? It is kind of cool, though. At least we know for sure now. Okay. Where is my workshop? Oh, it's all the way over there. Gross. I do apologize, Anastasia. I'm not going to go back to it right now for the sculpture, just because I want to go over to the workshop and see if we have anything new we could potentially craft with some of the weird items that we have. Maybe we'll have to go to another time. If anything, we're going to go down and check our sigils, so there's that too. Number? There should be a synergy between stopwatch and closed exhibit. That would be kind of cool. None of these are going to work. Salt doesn't pair with anything. Could you imagine? Oh, we can't even craft a single item now that I think about it. Yeah, there's not a single thing we can craft. Because we don't even have the battery. Okay, well, that's fine. Can I... What happens if I... Oh, I can't... I don't have anything to combine? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Interesting. You can still reset it. That's kind of cool. So if you mess it up, you know you can come back and do it again. This is the other reason I wanted to come back down here. It wasn't 100% just for the workshop. But that is kind of cool. Man, if only I had something here that could connect these. I could go get my crown. Yeah, lunchbox shows up as an item to pick up on its own. All right, well, let's head down and see about the sigils. I'm gonna fall asleep at this part. I'm tired. I'm tired, Grandpa. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, we're going down. I guess it would be faster, actually. Nah, we'll go out this way. I was gonna say it'd be faster if we went back to the foundation, but I'm not too worried about it. You or me, or both of us. I'm struggling to stay awake right now. Oh. Interesting. Desperately trying to get to sleep. It would be nice to swap it at this point. I need to stay awake. I gotta stream. Come back over here. Go up through our... There we go. Oh, wait. This way. Whoops. Turned it the other way. Got a little mixed up there for a second. Alrighty. Hey, no need to insult me, alright? I'm tired too. Alright, beautiful sigil doors. Wonderful. We've solved these 4 sigils. All we have left are these 4 sigils. Now, I need to change something real quick. Alright, cool. So we didn't miss anything. I was just getting my Steam overlay set up. Which is good. I'm glad this works. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. It's time to figure out some more of these sigils. A stream where I just sleep? Okay, I have some of these sigils drawn out. Stupid affectionate, not stupid derogatory. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay. This is what we know so far. This is... Ah, shit. I don't have these written down, do I? Wait, let me check my notes. There is a broken piece in the Lost and Found, but I don't know what it belongs to. So we know this one is orange. That's all that we have confirmed, if I remember correctly. So let's take some notes here. This is where things are going to get a little bland here for the moment. Alright. We don't need any of the grade stuff. Although, is it in here anywhere? Okay, it is. Let me just copy this. Can I do a new one? We'll do a sigils tab. Okay. So the mountain we know is Arch Aries. And we know... we're gonna fully label these out because we never did, and now I just kind of want to do it to make it look nice. We know it's yellow. So, the mountain symbol is Arch Aries, it's yellow, and what did we know about... Is it all solved in here, actually? Like, is it gonna... Sounds like a subathon, maybe. Okay, so we know it's yellow. And then they had stormy weather. That was the lightning stormy weather. Let me go back to my book. Because we had it in here. Hold on. Scroll all the way back down to my book. So many pictures. Here we go. We've returned back. Okay. So, what border do we have? We have zigzags. So that was yellow. Okay. Cool. Next we have it's industrial. And then... So, the way we're going to do these, it's going to be symbol, then it's going to be location, then it will be color, then whatever the heck it is. And then the border is going to be stormy weather. And then our last bit was path of travel, which is train system. Means of transportation. And then the final one will be the border. Did I already go over the border? Oh yeah, border is color. Duh. Look at the stamps. I will go back to my stamps in just a minute. Okay. So, each one is going to have this much associated with it. So next we have the doorbell, which is Arinda Aries. Can I add these? Add to dictionary, please. Hello, William. Yeah, I don't think we have any of the stamps, though, for the other areas, which kind of sucks. We might have one that we can help, like, solve. Okay, so the doorbell symbol is Arinda. So let's go check out the rest of Arinda. Where's my doorbell symbol? Here it is. Okay, so Arinda is black. Well, let's do it in the same order. So color, black. Next, we had, not industrial, we had metropolitan. Oh, we did get the Moragi stamp, that's right, from one of the letters. I think it had the turtle on it, right? Next, we had metropolitan, and then we had foggy weather. And then on top of that, we have, what's our final one? Means of transportation. It should also be a train system. It is a train system. Oh, we did get the stamps for Vera and Nuance. Yeah, that's good too. I forgot about that. I think Vera was the turtle. Okay, Hourglass was Araja. Let's just add all of these made-up places to our dictionary. Okay, so the Hourglass was Araja. Let's go back over to our Hourglass piece. Let's get these all marked down. Okay, let's go to our border first. Araja is violet. Next we have the moats, which is, I believe that was spiritual? No, it was poetic. Okay. Imagine you're in a rush and a turtle's your only option. Yeah, you guys seen Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Sea turtles, mate. Strapped 2 of them to his legs. That's how he got off of Davy Jones' locker. Okay, next we have the weather, which is rainy. I think it was heavy rains. It's just rainy, yeah. And then the last one is transportation. This was also train system. Right. Now we are on to nuance, the diamond one. What do we know about, well, let's do our Pentagon first. I guess I should have been doing these in order from left to right, too. Why don't I do that for the sake of our notes? Why don't we take this and, like... Yeah! Doorbell first. Pentagon next, so let's do our Pentagon one. Let's do Finn Aries next. He's a liar and a cheater. He took a smuggler's boat back home. No, shh, don't tell on him. That was a secret. No one's supposed to know that. Okay. Finn Aries is the color red. Finn Aries is a... marshal. That's what they were. They were marshal. Next, they're going to have what kind of weather? I believe that weather was foggy. And then last but not least, their travel system is roads. Okay, cool. Let's run it back out here. Sometimes I wish I could jump in this game for absolutely no reason other than just to be able to jump. Next is our mountain, okay? And then last was the hourglass. So now we have them in order. So what do we say this piece was? The heart? The heart, the rainbow is Moragi. We know that Moragi is pink. Let me just clean up my notes a little bit here. Then we have our diamond, which was nuance, and then the Tetris piece. I think the Tetris piece goes above it. I think the diamond was last. Yeah. I don't know if they fit together, so we'll have to check that once we finish these out. Okay, so here's what we've got. Everything in order. We have solved Arinda Aries, Fin Aries, Arch Aries, and Araja. Next, we could go for these. So, Kororika, we know, is to be the color orange. We know this. Why do we know this? I don't remember where it came from in our notes, but we know it's orange. Then we know that Moragi is pink, so we know the colors are exclusive, and Nuance, I believe, was green, making Tetris, which is Vera, our last color of... Oh no. Oh, the classroom, that's right. So we have green, orange, and pink. Well, there's 8, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one was white? We've used black, red. We've used violet, green, yellow, orange, and pink, so it's white. So that means by process of elimination, Vera has to be white, since they will all be exclusive colors. Good to know. Okay, now, let's take a peek into the one we have the most knowledge on. The Moragi boxes did have the colors. Maybe that was how we got that one. Turtleback Travel. Which one of our... Hold on. We're going to do this real quick. This is going to seem silly, but I'm going to re-screenshot the books right here. Okay. And now we're back up at the top. So we're going to have fresh screenshots at the top of our books. It's a screenshot of the screenshot, so I hope it's not a little too small for you guys. I hope it's not. But it's way easier for me to go through and now look at it and go, okay. I don't know why I screenshot this. Interesting. That was, I guess, how we figured out Kororika was orange. But now, we need to find our stamps. Where are our stamps that we took pictures of? Screenshot of a screenshot. Ah, here's one. Vera Shores. They used Turtleback Travel, and the stamp is orange. Not that that really matters. The color of the stamp doesn't matter. But we do have Vera. So Vera uses Turtleback Travel. We know this much. So Vera we have right here is our Tetris piece. We don't know what type of society they are, but we do know that they used Turtle Travel. What's it actually called in the box itself? Or in the book itself? Let's see. Turtleback Travel? Okay, hold on. Turtleback Travel. Turtleback isn't one word? A terrapin-based society? Yeah. Indeed they are. Okay. So what else did we learn about nuance? Moragi was white, not pink? I could have sworn it was a pink one. Let me see if I happen to have one of those boxes on me. Probably don't. Araja was pink. No, Araja was violet. And Aries. Did the stamps actually match their color? Orjai was blue. I'm just trying to see if the stamps like lined up. But blue's not one of the colors in our book. Was it? Yeah, blue is not. Okay. Blue's not a color option, so I'm going with pink. Now, what we do know, if the rainbow is this one, then it's pink, then we could check our segment from the clock tower, I think where we took a picture of it, and it should show us more than just the border. Let me see if I can find it real quick. This is the rough part, scrolling through these screenshots. This is going to put me to sleep, damn it. Let me just keep looking for a moment. Ah, here we go. Okay. So we do know whatever uses this uses the flowers. I think we already solved this one. Symbol-wise. Let's see. That symbol was, I think, the color yellow? No, which one of these was poetic? Raja. Okay. Well, let's see what that color scheme was, screenshot-wise. So we're about halfway right now. So that was violet. So the one inside the clock tower is used for that. Alright. So now we need to go back to even further back, and we need to find the one in the Lost and Found and verify that one. That'll be my next goal. Let me see if we took the one in the Lost and Found. So the Lost and Found is using the gear piece. I call it the gear shape. And that is pink. And we also see that the pink uses, spiritual. And then we also know that Morajai traveled by ships, right? So they're spiritual people. Is there naval capability? So that would be everything. So they would have naval capabilities, but what kind of weather is it in? I'm just gonna autocorrect it for me. What kind of weather was it in Morajai? So let's go in here to our... It did have the weather, right? It had wavy lines for heat on that thing. So we should be able to solve this one now. So this one's going to be our rainbow piece. So our rainbow piece should remain as such. It needs to be pink. Well, let's start with the outer one, right? Isn't this how we do it? Okay. That's pink. That is the correct one. Next. Shit. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Never mind. So we need to get... I think they had naval capabilities, so they need to be all the spokes. That's all the spokes. Next we need to choose that they were a spiritual people. Is that the spiritual symbol? And then we just do this until we get to our last little bit right here, and this should be good. Okay, what did I do wrong here? Oh no, wavy lines. That's right. Should be wavy lines. For heat. I forgot about the weather. Wavy lines for heat. And now we need to spin you back to this one. Huh. Is that not right? Pink, spiritual, heat, naval capabilities. Pink, we've got. Spiritual, we've got. Heat, we've got. And then naval capabilities. They are white. Oh, the note in the master bedroom. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I forgot about that note. Which means this might be pink. I'm just changing it for now. I can't guarantee it, but is that not white? That's black, isn't it? White is this one. Oh. Yeah, I might have the... Hold on. Yeah, that wouldn't work then. So if Vera is pink, we can solve it. That's right. Okay, hold on. Let's go test that theory real quick. Because I would have been mixing my symbols up there. So here's our Tetris piece, which is Vera. If Vera is pink, then we can do it like this. And we could go pink border. Actually, we don't even need to do pink border yet. We would do... Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about two. Hold on. Yeah, that would be the only option that has... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Alright, sorry, give me a moment. Okay, so I need to do this. We need to... I shouldn't have clicked that. I should have just left it alone. Now I gotta click it all the way back through. I kind of forget which lever is which. Okay, naval capabilities. Next, you need to be a spiritual group of people. Which would maybe make sense for the turtles. Oh, no. Turtleback travel, not naval capabilities, my bad. It needs to be turtleback. Let's get these turtlebacks. Turtleback travel. We got it. Okay, next. Spiritual. And heat. Wavy heat lines, please. And then our pink border. Beautiful. We've solved it. Okay. So, let me remove this then. Spiritual heat. Go down here to Vera. It's pink, it's spiritual, it's heat-based, and they got turtleback travel. Whew, we did it. Son of a gun. Dude, this turtle kicks ass. Oh my god, that's amazing. Look at him. Don't fall asleep, Alexis. Despite my prejudice against Mother Nature, I own that I have deeply loved my time here at Vera. The memories of the youthful trip I took here with my brother have been relentless, and as I have gotten older, I find less and less occasion to recollect on such trivial pleasures. One thing I do remember vividly, which has not lost a single speck of charm, are the famous turtles. Each visitor of Vera, upon arriving, is lent one of those hard-shell friends for the duration of their stay, to serve as both steed, guide, and companion. I am still under the spell of the island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Morajai. Ooh. Now we know that Morajai's got some calm weather. Okay. And is this a date? Probably. Whew. Alright, it's time for a box. Let's go. You know how much we love boxes. Pink tiles were introduced. Didn't we say pink are the easy ones? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot for a second. Hold on. Ooh, I was just blank. I was just clicking stuff to click it. So here's what we got to do. We got to get the orange. We got to get 2 orange pieces touching a pink piece. That's what I got to do. Pink does the rotating for us. I need to turn them into pinks. Why can't I do this in my head right now? It's driving me crazy. I'm so tired. No, I turned it gray. Okay, so now I need to... make it touch 2 sides. Right? Wasn't that the whole shtick? I'm really just trying to remember right now. There's one. There's another one. There's another one. The box is opened. Give me my allowance. Sorry, I'm zoning out there. I had to for that one. There was nothing to talk about. I just couldn't do it. Well, cool. That's another one complete. Alright. So now, stamp-wise, what have we got? What other stamps do we have? We know that Morajai is white and they had naval capabilities and the weather was calm. And that was the rainbow one. So now we know that the weather on Morajai was calm. So we know it's white. So what was the white border? We already have the white border. We know they had naval capabilities, and we know that the weather was calm. So what does calm weather look like? Straight lines. It just was generic straight lines, is my guess. Okay. Now, here's the other thing, though, that I don't know, is Morajai would have been like an industrial people, right? Engineering-driven culture with a focus on manufacturing. I don't remember which one of these they were. I think the moat, though, if I had to guess, would have probably been industrial. I'm just going to try that. Okay, so that's not the case. So they were not an industrial people. Which makes me wonder, are these also... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, they are exclusive. Is there a possibility that the turtle place has very bad weather as opposed to kinda bad weather? I mean, it just said that Morgai was, like, pretty calm. On the contrary to the heat. So it made me think that it was generic weather. Although, did any of them have generic weather yet? Because the thing is like, with the moats, I guess there's one moat for each country. So let's take a look at what we've used so far. Metropolitan's been used. Marital's been used, or Martial. Industrial has been used. We've used Poetic as well. And then we've also used Spiritual. I guess it could be windy as well because it was ship-based travel. That actually makes a lot of sense. Just like deduction-wise, that makes perfect sense. But Nuance was... Oh, Nuance is air? That's right, yeah, hold on. I need to go back and look at it. I think Morgai was insinuating that it had calm weather. So I'm just going to stick with the straight lines for that. I'm going to try it. What was the name of that? Just weather-wise, we put normal. Oops, caps lock was on. Yeah, Nuance used the blimps. They had dirigibles. I just don't know what it could have been then, especially if the moats are unique to each one. Like, I assume each moat goes to each country. Like, they're not going to be tribal and all that. Maybe the, maybe it could have worked the other way around. Okay, so these guys were agricultural? Huh. Okay, well, they were agricultural. So let's take a look at their box. Ah! Why is there so much to read here? Read the Secret Garden directory? The secluded garden flanked by a variety of Morgai fruit trees. Oh, okay. Cool. I never would have noticed that one. Well, thank you for joining us, Nature Enjoyer. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Cool. I mean, we read this before, but I just forgot about it. Nice little hidden tip. Yellow... Okay, shit. What does yellow do? Yellow goes up, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay. So yellow goes up. White... I remember how white works. Yeah, it goes gray and turns grays into white. It inverts them. Oh, look at that. We got some other stuff out here. After a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Morgai last night in good spirits. The people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the whatever that is. I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I have noticed that each realm, I have visited has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. Postal stamp. Where's my magnifying glass? Good Morjai stamp. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so that does mean that each one has its own moat. So now we've solved 2 over here. So now we all we have left is Kororika and Nuance, which Nuance we should be able to flush out because Nuance is going to be... Nuance is green. We also know that they are probably the industrial one. No, we've already used industrial, did we not? We did use industrial. I was going to say Nuance was probably academic. But we can figure that out in a second. I'm thinking Nuance is probably academic. And then we would do... they probably have windy, because they would travel by air. And then they would use... Well, we'll take a look here. Aviation. Okay. Alright, let's take a look here. Aviation, we know what it looks like. It's going to be this one. That's aviation. Next, we need to make it windy. Nuance is nuanced. Good call. Hello, Bob. Welcome back. Okay, the color of the outer one, well... can't be... it cannot be metropolitan. We've already used that. So it's got to be academic, or... what's the last one we haven't used yet? Spiritual? No. Spiritual, academic, agricultural, poetic. Did we use tribal already? I guess Kororika is going to be tribal. If I had to guess. Because there's no way the one with dirigibles is going to be tribal, right? That wouldn't make any sense. So that's academic. And then we need the color black, which was the big dots and little dots. No, we need the color green. What was the green one? Ugh. Green was slashes. Is that the right slashes? Or is that... No, that's the right slashes. And it's air travel, and it's windy. There's no way they're tribal. Did I put academic in correctly? Yeah, I did. Maybe I'm missing something else here. Unless, is that the right one for air travel? Yeah, that is aviation. I guess we just don't know what their weather is then. There's nothing that says the moats are exclusive, but so far, every single country has had a different moat. And there's 8 moats and there's 8 countries, so... it would be a little odd. Now, the weather is repeating. For sure. They could. I guess I could try the martial one. They were part of the war, that's a good point. I guess I could have tried tribal while it was there. Ah, okay. So they are martial as well, not academic. Because they used their blimps to go take people out. Alright, well. Lovely little step up right there. Alright, now we need to get these all green. Ugh, black rotates. Purple... What does the violet do? Does it go down? It does go down, okay. Industry does help in war, that's true. Okay, let's see here. We have to turn these green. So, we need to swap you, and then push you up here. And then we need to swap you, and push you here. And then we need to turn... Oh, gosh, shoot. No, that was the wrong thing to press. All right, hold on. This one's gonna take a minute. These puzzles get me. These puzzles get me. I'm also still exhausted, but we're doing it. We're doing good work here. I think we have enough to figure out Cora Rica. Okay, so we need to get more greens because that's what we're trying to solve for here. To do so, we need to get oranges in between them. So, what if we swap you, put a green in the middle. Actually, hold on. What if we did this? What if we did something like this? And then we did something like... Oh crap, that's not the one I wanted it to do. I need to do something like this again. Hold on. Let me run it back up here. We will yawn in my stead. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Okay. So now that I have these... Okay, now I can... I am losing it. I gotta go stand up, do some jumping jacks after this. Go eat some chocolate. My chocolate that I brought home from Switzerland. Okay, so that pushes you down. If we put the green one here, it really messes things up. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. So we don't need to do that. Here's what we do need to do. We need to get a green, I think up top, and then rotate it. Like this. Shit, that's not going to work either. What happens if I put the black in the middle right here? If I put the black in the middle... No, that's not going to work the way I want it to. I do keep missing it. I know. Okay. So now I just need to get them to the corners. Two in the corners? Oh man, I'm losing it. Oh wait, hold on, I think I can do this one. No, that's not going to do what I needed to do. I was so close. I just can't. Why do I keep clicking out of it? Hey, Lily. Yeah, I need to get the green out of the middle. That's like the next step, is get green out of the middle. So why don't I do something like this? Okay. Now I need to get green out of the middle. That's the goal. So, if we swap here, that puts you there. Next, I can get green out of the middle by clicking this. Okay, let's pause for a moment. That works a little bit. Now I can send this down. Do I have any idea about this game lore? What about the game lore? I mean, we have like 70 hours of game lore. No worries, TCU. Enjoy catching up. Okay. These are now stuck here. This has to go to the bottom. This has to go here. And I think I need to put the black at the top, right? I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting there. I don't think it's broken. I think we can move it. I think it is still functional. Yeah, I gotta get black on the bottom. But to do that, I need to put it here. That. Ooh, that one took me a minute. That one was a rough one. Look at the dirigible! Look at that building. So fancy. Alright. Via airmail. Oh, this one... Oh. By far my favorite realm I have visited during this trip, but I've always had a penchant for technology and less moved by the beauty of nature than others. The soot-filled streets and soaring skyscraper here are just as stirring to me as the mountains of Kororika and the beaches of Morajai. Perhaps I am just letting my childhood love of dirigiblocks compromise my objectivity. From the shops I have visited, it seems the series is just as popular here as it is back home. Speaking of home, as I look across the eastern sea, I can almost see its shores. I never thought that I would miss the sight of red flags. This just says via airmail. Were the other ones even considered dates then? Like, how are we supposed to figure out in what order he visited the country? It is pretty cool in here, though. Look at that. Pretty cool painting. Alright, our last one, Kororika. We know that Kororika had, or is, the color orange. No, these are Herbert's, Bob. This is Herbert's visit. Okay, so in Kororika, we know that it's orange. They had mountains, so because it said it was full of mountains, I'm going to assume that they use horseback travel, right? That seems pretty fair to assume, right? That they would be traveling on horseback because they had mountains. Not that they're the only ones, but I mean, they're definitely not using naval capabilities. Horseback and tribal? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking horseback and tribal, so we're already on tribal. So let's do horseback. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, she'll be coming around the mountains when she comes. Oh, we don't know what kind of weather it would be. Yeah, none of them may be tribal. That's also another fair point. Mountains do usually end up with snow or rain, so that's what I was going to go with first, was snowy. I just missed the snow. I know, I got to go back around to it. My first guess was snowy mountains. Okay. Next we know what color was orange. Orange is Doritos. Perfect. Okay, so we got that figured out. No, I didn't mean to click that. Damn it. Hold on. Is that horseback travel? That is horseback. Someone said check the freezer directory. What's in the freezer directory? Dedicated to deep freeze and cold storage, Mount Holly's freezer is an insulated space kept almost as frigid as the snowy mountains of Costa Rica. Hey! We were right to think that. That's kind of cool. So tribal, horseback, snow, orange Doritos. Okay. So that wasn't, they may not be tribal. Tribal may be pushing it a little bit. They're snowy. Industrial, spiritual, poetic, metropolitan, agricultural. They're not agricultural in the mountains. They're not metropolitan. I doubt they're military based. Would they be academic? Nah, schools, universities, and libraries? That doesn't really make sense, does it? They could be up in the mountains. They're not academic. Spiritual seems like it might work. Or industrial. I guess it's none of those. Are they a poetic people? I don't have the dormitory yet. Okay, so something else is not correct here, because we've tried all of these at this point, and they're not working. So, we've missed something. It's snowy mountains. We know that it's orange. They could possibly be tribal, is still my guess. If I had to... But I don't think it's horseback travel at this point. That's probably the outlier here. I'm thinking it's probably just roads. Right? Like, I doubt there's trains throughout the mountains. Camels is a flat terrain, so that's not it. Aviation is another option here. Oh, the school. There was a memo about the family going to school in Costa Rica. I don't even remember that one. I didn't get all the letters from the Dovecote, apparently. I think I missed some of them. Let's try just regular roads and carriages first and see what happens with that. I did get all of them? Oh, okay. Someone said I didn't. So I was worried that I had missed them. I'm thinking it's got to be roads and carriages or aviation. Those are the only two options that make sense. Oh, maybe it was the freezer letter. That's right. It was roads and... Okay, that makes sense. Cool. We have resolved our last box. We need orange ones. This one actually doesn't seem too difficult now that I'm looking at it. In the grand scheme of things. I say that. It might still be difficult. It just seems like it's not as difficult. Doesn't mean it's not. I click U, you're going to be fine up here. We need to get one more of you down here. What if we did something like... Oh, I might have just screwed it up actually. I think I did just screw it up. I think I'm stuck at this point. I don't think I can actually... Legitimately, I think I just locked myself out of this one. Because there's nothing else that can be done. I can't move the purples. Turn the bottom orange into purple? But why? That's not going to do anything. Alright, hold on. I did make a mistake there. I do need to reset it. Okay, so we need to get purples up top. Can I just double click this and we get it? Oh, whoops, I didn't. Hold on, I might not be screwed yet. Nope, I think I am. I shouldn't have double clicked there. I think we were about to win it and then I messed it up. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I think I remember the order that I did there. Okay. I click you, that puts you on the bottom. That's not what I need. What I need to do is get one more down here in the corner, which would be pretty sweet. What happens if I... This would push the black one up and put a purple down here. Or I go like this. But that doesn't allow me to get the green off the corners. Okay, so I have to get the green off the corner somehow. So this is what I need to do. I need to get black up there somehow. Does that mean I need to get both purples in the same spot to push me up? Because I need to be able to rotate my green. Something like this. Actually, what if I do it like this? Yeah, that works. More allowance, more allowance. What is my dang allowance? 82? Jesus. Okay. Beautiful, snowy mountains. There have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel up into the mountains to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regretting having brought so many books, as this is the first realm I have visited without porters. Here, every person is expected to carry their own belongings, and if you can't, you throw away that which is expendable. It's looking like I'll be bringing back less souvenirs than I had planned. I never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. Herbert, P.S. I ended up forsaking all but one of my books. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into each room from left to right, and I'm going to screenshot each one of these. And we're going to go take a quick peek at trying to solve the Room 46 sigil puzzle. So, first one. Screenshot it. We'll have them all in order. I know I got some duplicate screenshots, but... Oh yeah, there is a trophy out there. We'll take a look at that in a moment. I didn't even see the trophy. So many sigils. Miss Babbage in the shadows. Taking care of business. Ugh. If only I could just rearrange my screenshots easily, Steam, instead of me having to do this and running back and forth between all the rooms to get them in order. We are definitely making some good progress, though. I forgot there was a trophy for solving all of the sigil rooms. I do have screenshots of all the Moragi notes. But to be fair, they all just explain what the different colors do. Yeah, could you imagine if these took steps? Unplayable. Imagine a dare mode where it's like, instead of going into a room counts as a step, it's like every time you actually step, it counts as a step. Could you imagine? Okay. Whew. That's it. Look at this sick-ass trophy. It looks so cool. Trophy of Sigils. Unlocked all 8 realm sigils. You have been awarded the Trophy of Sigils for unlocking all 8 realm sigils. Trophy of Sigils in recognition of visiting 8 realms in 8 months. That is pretty cool to have them like that. We did translate the words on the ground, and I don't remember what they said. We did translate them, though. Another 2-hour episode. Goodness gracious. Oh, the words mean to the future. That's right. Ooh. We have done it. Let's take this foundation back up. Well, I say we've done it. We've still got to go do the rest. Thank goodness we have the key card. Do we not have a key card? Oh, we don't have a key card? Son of a bitch. I thought we did have the key card. Did the cave reset? What do you mean? Alright, get me back up there. What is our path back to the antechamber? It is up. Oh, no, it is left. All the way up to the lab. No, it's not. All the way to the foundation. Conference, dining, corridor. Ugh, what a mess. The Belt of Del Toro? What is the Belt of Del Toro? We don't go to the lab. We go conference, dining, gym, corridor, maid, hallway. Okay. Conference, dining, gym, corridor, maid, hallway, antechamber. Go, shoes, go. Running shoes for the win. Whew. Well, Anastasia, did you want to see one of the statues in here? Because you said you maybe saw a number on it. I know this shit's going to be like an elevator. I know when we solve this, it's going to like let us down there. On the shelf. This right here? On the shelf, there's this weird pipe thing. This thing? On your left as you enter the room. This thing right here? It's like one of those MC Escher puzzles. It looks like a 43. I don't know. I don't disagree, but I am having a hard time kind of lining it up. If I go all the way over here, it looks like a 43. Could be 46 as well. It's just like a little hard to line up. Anyways, still cool. Cool little fun to look at. Okay, 8 realms in 8 months. Ooh, what are we doing? Alright, give me just a moment. I need to plug my phone in here. Alright, hold on. Okay. Let's take a look and see what we can figure out. Let's start by reading our letters. Okay. Let's just start right here. Okay. By far my favorite realm I visited during this trip, but I've always had a penchant for technology, blah, 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 blah. The soot-filled streets and soaring skyscrapers here are just as stirring to me as the mountains of Costa Rica and the beaches of Morajai. Okay, so we know that nuance comes after Morajai and Costa Rica. So we know that nuance comes after Costa Rica and Morajai. Oop, I do not want to delete that screenshot. Okay, hold on. So, nuance comes after Costa Rica and Morajai. Next, none of these have dates on them, right? Yeah, they don't look like they have dates on them. I was hoping that these would have been dates, but they definitely don't fit. Okay, so despite my prejudice against Mother Nature, I own that I've already deeply loved my time of Vera. Okay, one thing I remember vividly is at least one hard shell friends. Okay, so Vera is also before Moragi. It is more severe than it was on Moragi. It's after. My bad. So Vera comes after Moragi. So that means that we know that Nuance comes after Vera. So we know that Vera is ahead of Nuance. So we'll just type it like this first. We can put Vera. We can put Moragi. And then we can put Nuance. Nuance comes after Vera. Vera comes after Moragi. Nuance comes after Kororika and Moragi. So we don't know where Kororika is, but we know that this order is correct so far. After a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Moragi last night in spirits. Okay, so he came somewhere from a sea voyage. Let's see. Okay. A short sea voyage. Who travels by sea? Moragi. Damn it. Oh, I didn't fill in the rest of my stuff. Oh, never mind. That's not the clue I was hoping for. All right, well, let's just skip that one for now. There have been fewer and fewer opportunities. We travel up in the mountains. I brought so many books. I'll be bringing less souvenirs. A welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. So, we also now know that Kororika comes after Vera because it's the mountainous area. So we've got Moragi, Vera, Kororika, Nuance. We know this to be correct. I was a little disappointed there's not been a drop of rain during my time here, as every Arajan story has begun with rain. However, even with the rain, the puddles, the countryside make it feel different than home. So nothing here about Araja giving us a clue as to when he went. We arrived here after a few days of sailing, and it made me realize how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Archaries is a destination which I am well acquainted, having traveled here countless times. Someone help me out with this one. Huh. He had to leave souvenirs behind in Kororika? Yeah, but what does that mean exactly? Does that mean he has souvenirs that he bought from other places? Like it's going to say one of them, like I picked up some stuff? This also says he made it to Archaries after a few days of sailing, so this makes me think he came from a naval country. But we'll see. Yeah, because he's talking about the trains for Archaries, right? Let's take a look here. Sitting at my desk at home, I should put forth the extra effort and drop it off in the mail for consistency. I'm tempted to save the postmaster trip as it will wind up here once again to join the other 7. So his final one was Finn Aries, right? His final one was going to be Finn Aries, so Finn is last. Air travel is much better than sea travel. 8 realms in 8 months. The objective was simple enough, but in what order, what route, and where to start? Questions like these are the 1 to 10. The true spirit of adventure, I departed, forsaking both map and plan. As it happens, the road has taken me south. It seems fitting to begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the old kingdom. So, wait. This is Arindia. So Arindia would have been first. Or Arinda. Probably why they weren't dated, yeah. Okay, so if he traveled to Arinda Ares first, and he ended at Finn Ares, all we have left is Arch Ares after a few days of sailing. So he would have gone from Moragi to Arch Ares, right? Let me go back to Araja. Yeah, there's absolutely no clue into this one about coming here. Since he starts at the south of Arinda, then Araja is nearby. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. He's more likely to go to it. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yes, it would have been directly south. You're right. He said he was going south in the letter, so he would have to go there. That's right. So if it's Arinda, Araja, then he would have to go by Arch because there was no train travel left for them. So that means it would be Araja and then Arch Ares. And that gives us all 8 of them. So we have Arinda, Araja, Arch Ares, Moragi, Vera, Costa Rica, Nuance, and Finn Ares. Now, shit, where's my map? I need to find my quick map of the countries. It goes Arch, Arinda, Araja. So Arinda is... Well, let's do Arch Ares first, which we said was third. Next, we would have... I guess we could just do Araja because it's right here. Araja would be second. Arinda would have been first. Oh, yeah, because he would start and end here. That makes sense. Moragi, Costa Rica. Costa Rica would be 876. Moragi would have been 4. Nuance. Which one was Nuance? Vero was the islands. That's 5, and then Nuance would have been 7. Oh ho ho! It was the correct order. Certified copy property deed. Lord Arthur Clementine to Lady Arave of Trinsdale. A new Finn clerk, stationers Reddington, Finn Ares. Satisfied record of 051-319-12. Know all men by these presents that Lord Arthur Clementine, rightful owner of the land that rests in the northern range of the Reddington Mountains, doth grant and convey to the bearer of this document, Lady Orvai of Trinsdale, the land, forest, and waters of the sheer cliffs that rest in the northern shadow of Hollyleaf Mountain, with all the rights, privileges, and appurtenances thereunto belonging. Boundaries. The property of Mount Holly consist of dense woods flanked by cliff walls, irrigated by mountain spring streams, and punctuated by several runoff waterfalls. This area is sheltered between the summit's northern slope and saddle, spanning across 80-odd acres of land. The property is situated southwest of Redington, bounded on the south by steep crags, and abutting the east by the high road to Tanner Fork. Covenants. I, Lord Arthur Clementine, covenant, promise, and agree with Lady Orvie, her heirs and assigns, that I am lawfully seized and possessed of the said premises, that the same are free and clear of all encumbrances, that I have good right to sell and convey the same to the said Lady Orvie, her heirs and assigns, and that I will warrant and defend the same against lawful claims and demands whatsoever. In hand and seal I make my mark in the grand year of Finn Aries, 1912. The last will and testament of me, Herbert S. Sinclair. I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly estate at Redington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I declare that I am not and have never been married and have no children. What? First, I direct that all my debts and outstanding expenses be paid as soon as after my decease as possible. Secondly, I direct all the servants and staff in my employ at the time of my death shall be granted indefinite leave to be paid out of the reserves of my estate set aside for each occasion until such a time as a new master of Mount Holly bids their return. In the event that the aforesaid reserves for this purpose are depleted before a new master of the estate is found, I direct my executor to make provisions for their future employment, and to do so in a manner that is just and equitable to all parties involved. Thirdly, to my faithful valet, Hartley Rhoda, I hereby gift to him the lake house in Trinsdale as a small measure of gratitude for his many years of unwavering loyalty and devoted service. I direct that my executor take such steps as are necessary to transfer ownership of the said lake house to Hartley Ruota, and should use all reasonable efforts to persuade him to accept the same. Furthermore, to my late cousin Tillion's 2 children, Courtney Farine and Rygard Farine, who have sometimes been impulsive and hasty in their actions, I grant to each a cuckoo clock set eternally on the sacred hour, for only time will tell when they are ready to slow down enough and appreciate the gifts bestowed upon them with the patience and wisdom that comes with maturity. Damn! That's fucking rude. That's what those 2 clocks are in his office, by the way. In the case that Lionel Epson should return from his travels abroad, or in the event that any of his heirs should present themselves, I bequeath to him or them, as the case may be, the diary and its related key which formerly belonged to his sister Clara Epson, which I have kept in her room and beside her grave respectively and respectfully. In addition, it is my fervent desire that the gallery, along with all of the artwork contained within, be bestowed upon the Redington Museum of Art, including the sculptures, exhibits, and the entire collection of drawings by Christopher Manson, comprised of 4 pieces entitled something, 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 and something. It was Realize, Ruminate. I don't remember what the other ones were. This generous donation shall be made 1 year hence, following the date of my earthly departure, when it would be removed from Mount Holly's draft pool. Moreover, the Grand Cathedral of Araja, I was ponder, thank you, think and ponder. I bequeath 8 stone statues sculpted in the likeness of the 8 Arajan angels, Arinda, Lydia, Rinna, Joya, Dauja, Vea, Mila, and Draxus. These sculpted figures have been in the Sinclair tomb for multiple generations, and even though there has been much debate over their natural numeric order, they have nevertheless remained steadfast in their safeguarding of our family's secrets. I trust they will continue to provide the Cathedral of Araja the same level of stewardship. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece Mary Matthew, all the residue, and remainder of my estate, and of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly, as a token of the cordial and affectionate friendship which for nearly half a century his grandmother Clara Epson has shown to me. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate in Mount Holly. This room, among other things of value, holds the physical deed to the entire estate, as well as many other personal effects and policies of insurance. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all of the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse, and the above clauses on this page and provisions pertaining to that clause shall be considered null and void, and the rest of my estate shall be disposed of and gifted to the Arindian Heritage Foundation, under condition that the house be immediately winnowed and sealed with explicit instructions and allowances that the site shall not be reopened until black flags are once again flying over Oris, or 110 years have passed since my death, whichever day shall come first. Hold on. Should I fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery? Okay, if I fail to provide proof, I understand. As one final gift to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, regardless of whether he finds room 46 or not, I leave and bequeath to him the original manuscripts of his mother's works that were produced here, under the roof of her childhood home. These preliminary draft copies include red prints, which she wrote while visiting the estate during the brightest of her days, and a new clue, which she penned here during the darkest. I hope in due time, in the natural order of things, you will come to be content, as I have, with what little of herself she left us. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Huh. Let me just unpin this real quick. Well, we found his actual will, as opposed to the one that he already gave us. Oh, excuse me. I do apologize. I'm sleepy. Don't worry. I did screenshot those pages. Try the natural order of the angels? Yeah, that would be interesting. When I was reading them, I did immediately think, like, is he giving me a specific order to test them out in? Like, are they listed for that reason? Why are there 3 of these? What the hell? Ooh, it's windy outside. Okay. Why are there so many duplicates? Hold on, I'm just deleting some of these because the duplicates are kind of weird. Okay, so that should be all of them. The last will and testament. Secondly, thirdly, in addition, and one final gift. Cool, that looks like all of the pages. And here's the 2 cuckoo clocks. They haven't been gifted yet, but they are on the sacred hour. How many pages is the will? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have, hold on. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have a duplicate page of this. Hold on. What is up with these duplicates? That's weird. Okay, now we have all 5 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order. Cool. All right. Goodness gracious. What a day. I mean, what a day. Damn. Where do we want to end the day at? People here are struggling not to spoil anything. I did see that people were saying the next thing is the blue tints, which I don't remember how to unlock those. If we go back to the shop, I think it tells us. Maybe it doesn't tell us? I don't remember how to get them. I think, did we have to unlock trophies to get them? I think that's what it was. All right. Is there anything else that needs to be accomplished today? You need 8 trophies. Okay. And we have 6 trophies? I think we have 6 trophies. Also, there is still one thing that we haven't done. I still need to get the antechamber outside. I need to do that. I still haven't done that yet. We've already dug for the treasure map. Huh. Yeah, we're only on day 30. Our trophy progress, I can let you guys know in just a second. All right, but I think that's it for today. I don't think there's anything else that we can do in this run. Um, yeah, genuinely. Well, that's true. It doesn't have to be the antechamber, but I thought it would be cool if we put the antechamber out there just to see Tylonius. That's all it was. We already dug in the quest bedroom. Everybody keeps telling me to do things we've already done. Okay, with that, let's go ahead and call it an end for this episode. Is there any room we need to end in specifically to call it a day? I don't remember. Entrance hall outside? That would be funny too. Yeah, does the map not go away? I thought the map always stays even after you use it. Look, I'll show you. We can see we dug it up right here. Unless there's more treasure in here, but we have no way. Maybe if we make that like powered shovel, you could dig further. Unless there's like other secret treasure in here, but I feel like once we get one dig spot, maybe if we had that like special powered shovel, you could like dig deeper and get extra treasure. That's my guess. We brought that up before, but I don't think we've ever had a chance to test it. So who knows? Maybe it's like 20 allowance tokens or something. Okay. I'm looking at my rooms again. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and call it a day right here. The red bed and breakfast of tomorrow. 6 red rooms, 6 bedrooms, bacon and eggs, and then 8 tomorrow rooms. We had a total of 42 rooms. We made it to rank 10. We took 193 steps, and we found 19 items. Pretty solid thing. Alrighty, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!